I can't really be bothered to wait, to be honest. I know it said like a 1 minute left, but I'm just going to be bothered. Right, let's get right back to it. Oh, what that? Okay. Let's see. So let's pick up where we left off. So I converted Cypherin over to the new layout. So I think what we can do now is potentially get started on some, I don't know, because I could either do the other shard walls, or we could just start doing some conversions, have a bit of fun, you know, because it is going to be a long process, and yeah, it's probably not something that I want to waste too much time. So, sorry, just checking my emails, looking good. All right, let's grab the SRD, which is here. Let's look at stat blocks. We have got a lot of stat blocks. Should we do spin the wheel for this? Should we do that? Spin the wheel? All right. Okay. Let's see. It's going to take a minute. Actually, to be fair, I could probably just grab a list online. Here we go. All monsters into the SRD. Perfect. This is what we need. Oh my god, this is probably going to be quite good. So we'll shuffle it up. 3. And then, yeah, we'll spin that wheel in a second. Cool. Okay. Just trying to see if there's anything. No, it should be good. All right. Let me know when you guys are ready, and we will spin that wheel. All right, let's go. God, this is going to be a big one. We are going to be converting you know what? I'm just going to do this thing because there's some I really can't be bothered with. Let's see if we can get just the... Just trying to see if anyone's just brought in the really good stuff. Let's see. Someone on Reddit must have done this. Someone has. Nice. They've got rid of... here is a list of all the monsters with normal, livestock style monsters removed. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll spin it again. Just think it's more interesting if we do it this way. We can do animated flying sword. That's not a problem. Right, let's grab the let's grab it. Animated flying sword 256. Okay. Right. Let's see. Okay. So I'll just copy paste this and then we'll just use it. Did a thing with this one I was very happy with. Oh, okay. I kept it like that. Nice. Which means I can get rid of very nice. Get rid of that. Yay, there we go. That's a lot cleaner now. Okay. So we'll do animated flying sword. Animated flying sword. Jesus Christ, why is that so weak? It's not going to be, it's a construct. Construct. We don't have, I think it'll just be skirmisher. Threat level 1, that's fine. Okay. Let's think about instinct. So the sword is controlled by its user, so like the creator of it. So it's going to be wanting to do the will of its creator. I think that's where I'm at with it. In terms of its tactic or instinct, I think it's going to want to target whoever is closest. The problem we have is it doesn't have an instinct, but we need to give it an instinct. So we'll say harass the nearest enemy and never stay still. I think that's a good one. Make it like that. And then, yeah. Cool. We back. Nice. Hello. And then it wants to cut down exposed targets. Targets it fears being grounded or restrained. Okay, so perk. You know what? What's it got here? It's got blind sight and passive perception 7. It's got immunities to poison, psychic, charm, deafened. We'll just make its perk. What is it called? What is it called? Inanimate object. Perk has immunity to, I think it should be, yeah, I think just all statuses, except knocked down. I think that makes sense. That takes into consideration all of this, you know? Yeah. Has immunity to all statuses except knockdown. Nice. And then obviously its attack is really easy. We'll just call it the same thing. We'll just say slash. And then it's one action. It's an attack against a target within 5 feet. And it deals a light wound. Like. I do think though we need to add in damage types. So we can just do physical, do it like this. Physical, yeah. Right. Layer, move that below these. And then we go action cap 2, defense slots. What's it got? Armor class of 17. I don't know, you know, in terms of its defense slots, what it could have. I think 1 minimum makes sense. In terms of wounds, let's say 10. Speed, I think what we got here. 50 feet. Flying. So I'm happy to just say it's what we got. It's 10 squares, isn't it? Yeah. Small. Yeah, it is 5 squares. If you look here. Oh no, it's 5 feet. Sorry, my bad. Target within 1 square. Deals 1 light wound. I think that is a good conversion. Don't you? You know, action cap 2, defense slots 1, wounds are 10. Well, actually, damage has got higher wounds than a bandit archer. But it's an animated sword. Taking it down is not easy. All right, well, you know, I'll call that a I'll call that done. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I think that's a really good conversion. So let's now do another one. We'll remove that first. Let us shuffle up 1, 2, 3, and then roll. Oh no. Oof. Adult gold dragon. That's going to be fun. Bear with me a second. I'm just going to grab my what is it called? My light. I'm just going to see if I can plug it into charge while we're streaming, and then look. Anything. This one as well. Yeah, not got anything either. So let's do this. Oh, no, this is fully charged. Oh, okay. Wonder what happened. Oh, that's run out of charge, that's why. Okay, should be back. Okay, should be back. Are we back? Are we back? Okay, cool. Cool. Sorry about that. As you know, my internet's a bit... Yeah. All right. Adult dragon. Adult gold dragon. Adult gold. Yeah, there is. 288. Oh, good lord. Okay. All right, yeah. Just, oh, that's not useful, is it? Sorry, my wife is... Okay. Cool. Sorry, my wife texted me. Let's do this. Right. And then we'll just delete these. And we'll just do this. I think that's easier to just have on the side here. So, obviously we're doing a legendary monster, which is going to be fun, for sure. As for like actual ease of creation, I can delete this now, which is good. Boom. Get rid of the description. Get rid of the image. Yeah, cool. All right. Let's see how we can do this. Trying to think what could be a good way to make this work. You know what? Let's start off by reading the creature stat block. Copy this over. I'll just pop it here, just so I've got it. In case I delete anything, at least it's not destroyed. Here. Right. So we'll just say... what is it? 8 adult... We're not cold dragon. Gold dragon. And then it's going to be a dragon sovereign. I'll say TL9. And now we've got to think about its instincts. So I can see that it has a lot of abilities. So what? Multi-attack, rend, fire breath, spellcasting, and it's got weakening breath. It's amphibious. It's got legendary resistances. I'm trying to think. Immunities to fire. Very fast speed. Okay. What this is telling me that is that it doesn't have melee attacks. That's one of the key things I'm noticing here. It doesn't have that. Instead, it's got things that punish clustered enemies. So when you're together. So I think its instinct is going to be controlling the area. Yeah. I'm going to say control the area and punish. Yeah, I like that. Oh god, clustered enemies. Once, just seeing if anyone's said anything in the chat. Destroyed, you should have it backed up in 3 places. That's true. That's true. I'd say it's quite intelligent. It wants you to surrender. You have enemies surrender by applying pressure. And it fears... What do you guys think? What should it fear? What should its fear be? In my head, because it wants to control the area, it's being pinned down, surrounded by enemies, because it doesn't have any area of effect abilities. It's got a lot of directed attacks. It's not got area of effect. So in my head, if you're in front of it, you're screwed. But if you surround it, it's overwhelmed. That's my vision for it. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. We can look at other monsters too, but I think it'll be worth working on D&D to start with. Loss of control, not bad, not bad. But what does that mean for the Herald though? What does loss of control look like? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the key here. From a tactical perspective, what does loss of control mean? Because it doesn't have any, like here, if we look at its abilities, it's actually got nothing that is specifically gonna lose control and do something. Like, obviously it's got spellcasting, but none of these are gonna do anything. It's got shape change, detect magic, guiding bolt. You know, yeah. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah. Okay, loss of control. I think loss of control and being overwhelmed by enemies. I like that. Loss of control and being overwhelmed by enemies. It's a good mix of things. I think it's very clear. I think that makes sense. All right. I think this one is definitely going to have like tons of resistances and all that. Oh no, it's only got an immunity to fire, so... Oh, that's easy. Yeah, cool. We'll do its action cap and stuff as well. I think that'll, you know, order of things makes sense to me. Okay, I'd say action cap 3. They recharge now, so I'll leave it at 4. Two, 4, 3 converted over to Drakonym. 2, 4, 3. What level is this? This is a CR 17. Average damage. What are you looking at here? I think something like 200 is too high. Why not? Right. One, two, six. We'll say 8. I think we need to add a separate layer here because I just realized something. We don't have separation for movement type, but I think that is a very easy thing to just add in up here. So the speed, this speed is always going to be its I don't know. Well, let's see how nimble does it. So it doesn't have a movement speed on here. Also doesn't have a movement speed there. Interesting. It doesn't actually have different movement types. Oh, sorry. Chellen's at my door. 1 second. Right, hello, I am back. I actually do have something to show you, if you will intrigue, because you guys are here, and it's a lot of fun to do this. I think it's worth showing you as well. Let me see. Okay, here we go. I have a thing. Move that out of the way, move that out of the way, zoom in. Don't need to feel that. So, as you know, during the Drakonym crowdfunding, we had the Artisan Edition, which was a very special edition that had the table, the DM screen that was made of wood and dice from an artisan dice maker, Rune Fable. And, you know, we had some samples made, etc. But I am very pleased to say that the full run of those dice are now finished, which means I can show you this. which is the box. Let me zoom in and then I'll oh, there we go. Look at that. So it is a gorgeous box, I will say. Like, really nice box. But obviously the best part. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at that. The D6s. Oh, they're so nice. Okay. Right, before I just sit here and just fawn over these. Yeah, so they were only available in the Artisan Edition. They are just, if anyone in the chat got the Artisan Edition, to let me know, because I've got every single package of these now. So yeah, it is very dope. Yeah, let me know if you did. Okay, we'll go back to this. Okay, so what I'll do, Wolstra, is if you DM me your name, I'll sign this one, and I'll make sure it gets into your package. So I'll sign yours, and then make sure that you get it. But I might just put a message out to everyone who got it, because there's only 10 of them. So what might be better is if I actually do sign everyone's, because I'm not signing books just because they're just too many. But what I could do is sign these, because I have them on hand, and I could sign it and send it in your package as well. It also means that you can't throw away the box, because I will have signed the box. You know, there's that too. So I'll definitely sign it and send it your way when we've got everything else in to share. So anyway, sorry, not to make people sort of like upset by that, or if you missed out on it. So I'm looking at this now, and I have a bit of trouble with this one, because I'm not really understanding why legendary monsters don't have speeds. I'm imagining they have default speed, which is 5 or 6, I think, which is understandable. But what about the creatures that can fly? I'm gonna have to do some research quickly, because I don't get it if it doesn't have a flight speed. Mm-hmm. Okay. Flight or fly speed? Just say fly speed. Let's see. Interesting. Yeah, but Sanderson still signs 10k books. I honestly wish. The problem I have is the books don't end up to me, so they don't actually come to me. What happens is all of the books get sent to our warehouse in America and in the UK. I can only realistically get to the UK ones if I got them delivered to my house, because I'm not allowed to go to my warehouse directly due to the shipping partner rules. So I can't sign them. What I might do, I don't know, it's one of those things that just adds a lot of extra pressure on fulfillment. Anyway, I'm just trying to figure out where this is coming from. Okay, I seem to understand. Oh, From what I understand here, it doesn't just have a it doesn't have a speed. So nimble 5e, nimble 2, flight speed. Let's see. TCRPG. Okay. Gain flight speed of 10. All right, yeah, let's just search it here. Fly speed. Is that it? The only reference to fly speed is in there. Okay, let's just search fly. Okay, here we go. Fly 10 before or after attacking. Interesting. Fly 10, fly 8. I see. So what they've done, which is interesting, is instead of having it inside the actual stat block, it's inside the ability. I don't hate that. If I am to be completely honest, I don't actually hate that. So what we'll say is the default speeds here are always going to be movement speed, and then we can look at it from that perspective. So what have we said? It's got a flight of what is it, 80, but it's got 40 feet. So we'll say 8, and then we'll add an ability, a passive here that says I don't know, just call it something like just trying to think what it could be called. This is the thing, making up names. It's one of the difficult parts, but we'll see. Okay, we could call it something like sorry, I'm just moving our chat window a bit just so I can easily access details. Okay, there we go. Now I can read the chat much longer, which is good. Okay, I'm going to just call it, you know what, let's just keep it simple. Flight. Up to, what has it got? 80. So that's 80 divided by 5. That's 12, 14. When in the air. I'm going to say move, I'm going to say fly. It doesn't even need to be in the air. Just say that, and then we can put in, what is it, amphibious? Amphibious. The creature, the dragon, can breathe air or water. But it also has a swim speed, doesn't it? It has a swim speed of 40. So we can say, can swim up to 8 squares and breathe water. It can breathe air and water. The dragon can swim at 8 speed. It can also, no, just say, also breathe air or water. Okay, we'll just drop this down so we can get it to do the thing. Nice. Legendary resistance. Okay, how would we add legendary resistance into this? I think I want to. But the problem we have is we don't have saving throws. Instead, we have the enemy, like the player rolls to see how good they are at doing something. Then that's what triggers the enemy to use a legendary resistance. There was a design I saw ages ago, which was like games that don't have rolls, they just have what is this? What happened there? Okay. Interesting. I'll have to look into that, why it's done that. Anyway, just trying to think. I want to add legendary resistance. I think it's useful, but what I don't want is, yeah, I like that. We'll just call it legendary resistance. And then we'll rename it to something later. If the dragon would be, yeah, that's the way to do it. If the dragon would be afflicted by a status, it may ignore that 3 times. Legendary should be a full resistance once per battle, not absorbed. 3 times per combat. May ignore that up to 3 times per combat. What I would also like, though, is if it resists something and it uses this up, or uses it, I think it should lose an ability. The idea is, okay, I've got this legendary resistance, so I'm going to block this thing that you're doing. I now lose something by doing this. There's a risk reward here, and I think it should be that its speed goes down. I think that to me is quite interesting. If the dragon would be afflicted by a status, it may ignore that up to 3 times per combat. Each use of this reduces its speed by 2 squares. I like that. Yeah, and then we could have interesting ones for different monsters as well, which I think could be really fun. That does read better though, up there. Dragon would be hit by status. Affected. Afflicted is better. It may ignore that up to 3 times. This is true. I like the idea of it being able to spend an action to do this. But this is the thing, though, it becomes an interruption, isn't it? So what I want, though, is I don't want it having to spend actions in order to do this, because then the reduction of its speed doesn't really, I wouldn't want double negative on this. I think it would need to be, I'm going to use a legendary resistance, so it's already spending a meta currency on this, which is the legendary resistance count of 3, but then losing its speed as well. That's a very interesting tactical decision it's making. It starts being, right, if I'll start losing my speed. So it loses up to 6 speed, which is ridiculous. If you think about it, it goes from being able to move 8 to being able to move 2, because it's been more and more resistant. And that to me is so interesting. I might drop this down to 1, just so that it's not going down by like insane amounts. Or actually, no, because this is the thing. If I drop it down to 2, it now can't move on the ground as fast, which means it's going to be in the air, which is going to be decision making for the players. And I prefer that. I like that a lot more. Okay. If it would be afflicted, let's see if we can. I'm just trying to see if there's a way that I can make this. What's the word? Or lose action gap. Oh. I actually like that. No, no. I think that it is very good. For a different creature, I think it could be perfect. But I think for this one, it loses its speed and is forced into the air, which is a lot more interesting from a control perspective as well. So we'll do it that way. Okay. Then, sorry, I'm just reading comments as well. So we've got its actions. It's got Rend, Fire Breath, and it's got some spell casting. I think spell casting could be specials. We could move them into specials. I think we could add Rend quite easily. What I'll do, I'll turn this off, and then we'll just move this all the way down, and then just start writing it. We'll make it Rend, and then we'll say Rend is, let's see here, 1 action. And then what is it? 10 feet, so that's 2 squares. Hits for 17. Oof. Okay. I'd say deals one heavy wound plus 1 light wound. Attack a target within 2 squares. Deal 1 heavy wound plus 1 light. 1 heavy plus 1 light wound. I think that's clear. And I also love that it's on 1 line. That's really nice. What else have we got? We've then got multi-attack, weakening breath, fire breath. Okay. Yeah, fire breath. Just wondering if that should be a special or a what's the other one? We've got weakening breath, right? So we've got a creature that isn't currently affected by this breath, gets disadvantage on strength saves. I like that. Weakening breath isn't an attack, so I don't mind it. It doesn't deal damage, it's more an effect, so I don't mind that being an action. So we'll say weakening breath. We'll say 2 actions. I like that. And then let's say that Cone 6. Targets must make a D3 body Targets make a D3 body. On failure, they are weakened 1, and what else does it have? It says subtracts 3 from their damage rolls. So we'll say 1d6 to there. It repeats the save at the end of each turn, ending the effect on a success. We don't have saves, but we can make them on their attack checks. The target may attempt to... No, we've said weakened 1. Who's their next attack check? So we can just say, like... Yeah, because they don't stack. It doesn't matter. So I like that. Weakening breath. Targets, close 6. Targets make a D3 body. On failure, they are weakened 1. And failure, they are weakened 1. And get minus 1d6 to the next attack check. Perfect. What else we got? What else? We've then got fire breath. We've got specials. Just wondering about the spells, because we don't really do like enemy spells. And I think that's one of the things that D&D does, which I'm not a huge fan of. Okay, we'll leave it there with that, because we've got that. Fire breath, rend, fire breath we've got there as well. I don't mind making it like this. We do fire breath, but it's 3 actions. I think that makes sense to me. Right? And what is it? It is cone 6, so same as this one. Yeah. But okay, here's a question. Should Fire Breath be an action that has action costs, or should it be a special that can only be done once per combat? That's the real question here. Because if it can be repeatedly done, it should have a throw that they need to make or check. If it's once per combat, it should be just dealing damage. I think it just happens at that point. Because you have active defense, it doesn't really make a difference. So the real question is Fire Breath an action or a special? That is what we're trying to define here. Yeah, Combine Breath, make it a special. Specials are only once per combat. They cannot be used again. So you have loads of specials, but they can only be used once. I haven't thought about cooldown. I just don't think they need it. I think they can be really cool set piece things that you do once. I see one. I see one. I'm just trying to think. The problem we have here is it deals damage. Now, players do have active defense, which means they can easily defend against it, but I think they should make a check against... So what does it say in D&D? In D&D, they take half damage. In D&D, they make a check. If they pass it, they take half damage. We can do that easily, but we don't have saving throws for a very particular reason. I don't like them. Now, we could do it. We've done it with Weakening Breath. All right, I think I've got it. I think it doesn't get the extra abilities. I don't think it does anything more than what it says there. Shadow Code 8. Target makes a D3. Yeah. Targets make a D3 shadow. And on failure, they take, I think it would be 2 heavy. On success, they take 1 heavy. I'm just trying to think if burning 1 could be good as well. Yeah, I don't know. Burning 1 is quite significant, but I actually think burning 1 is less. Like, the way that I see it is, oh yeah, that makes sense. Targets take 2 heavy wounds and make a D3 shadow. On failure, they are burning 2. On success, burning 1. Makes sense to me. Right, now we've got specials. Yeah, I like that. 3 actions for that, 2 actions for that. That is very expensive. Yeah, I'm wondering about the recharge thing, though. Just trying to think about the recharge. I don't like the recharge, if I'm to be completely honest. I just don't think it's something that this game needs. I think 3 actions, perfect, because we've also got statuses that reduce the number of actions. So actually, you could stop them from being able to fire breath entirely if you use that as a tactical decision. So I don't think that we need to have recharge. So yeah, all right. Specials. So it can do detect magic, guiding bolt. We don't detect magic is based on what's the word? Social. Guiding bolt is more a particular thing. Just trying to think if we need anything else. Flame strike can burn in zone of truth. Doesn't really have much else. So let's have a look. So I'm just reading their messages as well. Agreed, I don't think recharge is necessary, because if you spread it out, then this will be a huge commitment to only one player. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let's think. Spells need to be, I think spells need to be special. I think that makes sense to me from a perspective of design. Spells do need to be special. So let's think about how we can convert this over into that. So let's look at Guiding Bolt. I wonder if this works, actually. Let's check this. Oh, nice. It does work. Well, I mean, that'll take you there, but then you can go to the pre-order store. There is a link in that. So, nice. Okay. I did, yes. I am the lead designer. And yeah, I wrote the game. So, let's see. Choose a target within. Let's see. What is Guiding Bolt? I think this needs to be figured out first. I don't know what Guiding Bolt does off the top of my head. Guiding Bolt. Guiding Bolt. A flash of light streaks across. I don't really care about that. Make a range attack against target within 120 feet, 60 squares. On hit, the target takes 46 radiant damage, and next roll made against it has advantage. Yeah, okay, cool. 60 feet. 66 squares, isn't it? Not 6, is it? Well, what am I talking about? 6. 120. It's 20. Yeah, that's it. 24. Thought so. Oh, man. Anyway. Okay. I don't think it needs to be that big. I think that we can just do, just call it Bolt of Guidance. And then because I don't really think 100, but we're trying to convert over, so we would have to do it 1-to-1. So we'll just say choose a target within 24 squares, and then we'll just do this. Okay, let's see. Choose a target within 24 squares. And it says that they take 4d6 radiant damage. I think that would be the same as 1 deadly wound. The target... let's see. They take 1 deadly wound. The next... So enemies don't roll for damage, so we can say that it deals... Yeah. What else? The next roll made against a target before the end of your turn has advantage. The next attack against them, I'm just going to move it to this, cannot be reduced by defense slots. The bolt of pure magic. I think adding some fluff makes sense in this case. Guiding bolt. What else do they have? Shape change. I don't really want shape change. I like flame strike. Yeah, let's see flame strike. Just to get it out of them. That's easy. That is like a really good way to, yeah, I like that. Let's see if we can find flame strike. A vertical column roars down from the heavens. Jesus Christ. Okay. We don't really do a wall, I guess. We do have wall. Yeah. White flame. Special. Let's see. Choose a point. You can see. I feel flame strike is redundant with fire breath. Yeah, but you got to think we're converting this, the what is said in here. It's got flame strike, so we need to convert flame strike. I'm not looking at stuff like Zone of Truth, Detect Magic, or whatever, because those are NPC things. Don't really need them. Fire. What is it? Flame strike, sorry. Flame strike is 40 foot by 10. So that's 8 by 2. 2, 8. Eight by 2. Yeah. So it's 8 across. No, we want... God. 2 wide. Yeah, we can just do that. Yeah, 8 by 2. So it's 2 across, 8 up. That makes sense. You got the x-axis, then the y-axis. 2 by 8. I don't know. Fine. Anyway. Enemies in the area suffer... What do we got here? 46 fire damage, 46 radiant damage, or half as much on a successful save. It's once per, so I don't think that they should be able to make a check against it, but this is also once per day. So since we're trying to convert 1 to 1, yeah. Let's say 2 heavy wounds. And radiant. What do they make? They make a check, don't they? What is it? Dexterity save. They make a D3 shadow. On success. Let's see if we can tweak this one down a bit, because it's quite long. We won't say divine fire, we'll just say fire. Instead, take one heavy. On success, instead take one heavy. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Right. Okay. What size is it? It is a huge dragon. We have huge as well, so we can just... Huge, speed 8, 126, 3 action cat. That is a conversion. I am very happy with that. So let's just get the text about the same size as this one, just so we can see how much we actually make it. So we got words that are the same, like amphibious, right? Yeah, we'll use that as a base, or the dragon, and then we'll just size it down until that matches. Words like can. Okay, just slightly more. Okay. Yeah. Nope, that's too small. I'd say that's about the same. Cool. There we go. Actually, do you think that could be a bit bigger? There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to check some other letters, just to see if it is actually the right size. Let's do... Yeah, okay, well that is definitely a different size text though. The dragon can breathe. Let that breathe. Yeah. See, that's where we get into a bit of trouble. Sorry, I know this is like really boring, but I'm just trying to see how much space we've actually saved. Because there we go. That I think is good enough. Okay, so that is about the same size. Yeah, I'd say that's about the same size. So that is the D&D version. And that is the Drakonym version. I like this. I really like this. This is a lot easier to understand. This is a lot... Obviously, I completely appreciate this has still got a lot of information and it doesn't quite solve that problem that we've had. But if you actually look at it, everything is laid out quite nicely where we've split the identities of things. And then we've got the specifics. Now, there are other things that we could do. One of the main ones being something like this. So someone brought this up, and I think I don't know how much I want it, but we could do something along the lines of... Because what did we have before? Let me double check this. Sorry. Yeah, it just basically went down the rainbow, didn't it? So What's the rainbow? Red, Roy, G-Biv. Okay. Red, orange. Yellow. I mean, the yellow's a bit stark, but you get what I'm trying to do here. But like, right, color coding it a bit so that you can just see, okay, I know that its actions are 3, I know its defense is 4, but you don't really need to, even at a distance, you can see it quite well, which is quite nice. I like that a lot. So I don't mind this. I think it makes sense to me, you know, but we can obviously, I'll figure it out as we go, because there are definite ways to make this functional. One of them is to, God. This does work, actually. I don't hate it. But like, we could make it, yeah, like give it an outline or something. I don't know, just, you know, something. But I don't mind that. I think that makes sense. Okay. So that is that. And that brings me to, I think I've got time for one more. Should we do one more? Should we do one more? Yeah, all right. We'll do one more. It's going to be something like the ancient dragons, isn't it? All right. What I'll say is, because I don't want to do boring monsters, I think it's more fun to do these ones that really make us think. So we'll do it this way. I've never used this before. So let's do, yeah, I was going to say, let me see if I can make a list of just legendaries. Legendary monsters in the SRD. And we'll just do this. Nice. Someone's done it already. We'll get rid of the gold dragon. I think there's some missing here because we got like the adult stuff as well, right? Yeah, adult dragon we're missing. Yeah, this list is terrible. Legendary creatures. Here we go. Oh no, it's not even listed them out. It just tells me what. Here we go. It's a Tarrasque, not Is it not? Oh, I thought it was. That would have been fun to do, but we've got the Rift Behemoth, which is my Tarrasque, so there's that. I'm just going to check. Tarrasque is? Yeah, okay, fair. All right. Yeah, it's just missing stuff like right, let me grab the list. Aboleth, yeah, nice. Cool, there we go. That's better. And then we can get rid of Gold Dragon. And then spin the wheel. Yeah. It's gonna be a dragon. Like, oh. What is that? It's the bar. Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad it's that. The Baylor. Let's go to the Baylor. Baylor 258. Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. Let's go. All right, let's do the Baylor. We'll grab, call it. There we go. That's better. Oh, it's way easier to read. Okay. That's going to be a bit easier to use when we're doing stuff like this. So what I'll do as well, I'll just screenshot that in. Let's see. This is a Baylor. I believe it used to be the Balrog. Or at least the Balrog is a Baylor. Yeah. The Balrog is a... Well, I mean, that's not Balrog. The Balrog is... yeah, anyway. Okay. That is very cool, though. I'm very happy that is what we got. So, yeah. That is very nice. Okay, so what I'll do, I will size this up so it matches what we've got. I think the best way to do this is going to be this. And then we just size it down until it matches. That'll do. And then we can do that. Okay. So that is how long the Baylor currently is. Nice. Okay, dope. Right, let's see what we can do. We'll copy this over, hide that, and paste it back, and then we'll do the Balrog, but the Baylor. That is a demon. I'd say it's a demon sovereign. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's just not going to be that type of vibe, is it? Okay. So let's have a read of its abilities. Let's have a read of its things. Let's have a read. Let's have a read. Baylor. So the Baylor seems to be a creature that it has death throws, explodes when it dies. I mean, that's a passive, right? That's so good. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. It has fire aura at the end of each turn, but we'll look at its attacks. Lightning blade, flame whip. So melee attack, both of them. It does not have spells. It does not have any magical abilities outside of the aura and the legendary resistances. So what I'm thinking here is it's all about getting people close, because it's got pull people in. If it's huge or smaller, which I like. So I'm going to say it's something like pull close distance, pull enemies in, punish anyone who tries to disengage. Pull enemies close and what's the word? Punish those who leave. Yeah, I like that. It wants to force enemies into melee range and break them. I like that. Break them. I will break in. I like that. What doesn't it want? It's clear to me that because it's got its whip, it's got its sword, it doesn't want to be kited, it doesn't want to be sent away from the combat, it wants to stay here. The fact that it's got a teleport as well means that it doesn't like people leaving. Yeah. I'm feeling that. So we'll say I like that. Being kept at a distance, kited or denied proximity. Right. This one's got resistances and immunities, so we can add these in now, which is good. So let's go into paragraph, change it up. So it immunities and resistances. So we'll just say cold. Is it cold? Lightning. It's got immunities to fire, poisons. Yeah, being kept at a distance and maneuverable enemies. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Fire, poison, charm, frightened, or poisoned. It's immune to all of that. But we have burning, so we'll say burning as well. Burning, charm. Yeah. Just see if we can get... Ugh. I don't like it when it doesn't have... It's like, I hate the ones where it's just the one letter. I feel like I need to give it one more just to... Let's just see what we have for statuses quickly. So we've got blinded, bloodied. Oh, we do have bloodied. Oh, wait, but it can't be immune to bloodied. Burning, charmed, confused, dazed, frightened, frozen, knocked down, poisoned, rooted, silenced, slowed, stunned, unseen, weakened. Poisoned, charmed, burning. I also think it shouldn't be able to be frozen because it's basically on fire all the time. So we'll say that as well. It can't be frozen. Yeah, I like that. We'll say it can't be frozen. Poisoned. Nice. Perfect. Okay. Brilliant. Death throws. The Baylor explodes when it dies. Dies. Creature with 30 foot. When it dies, all in. What'd you say? No, it's all creatures though. In what is it? Six squares. Emanation, because that's what we call it. In a 6 square emanation, make a dexterity shadow, D3 shadow. Let's see. Oh, it would be bad though, innit? Well, would you guys say a Baylor is like final boss level thing? Like, would you make it a final boss for your campaign? Just out of curiosity. Okay. Cool. Fire aura. Fire aura at the end of its turn. Yeah, I like that. At the end, I like Fire Aura a lot, actually. It's a really cool ability. Okay. End of each of its each of the Baylor's turns. $5 foot. Yeah, and then legendary resistance. Okay, this one's going to be very cool. So it says it has advantage against saving throws against spells or magical effects. I think we could do something really cool with this. If it would be affected by a spell. Okay, this is the issue we have, right? It has resistance. We don't have saving throws, but we are thinking about the legendary resistance in this case. I love the idea that legendary resistance is different for every creature because it varies across it. And I really enjoy the idea of it having a different like drawback. So if it would be affected by a spell, it may require the user force the user to make a second. Or can you imagine if it forced you to make another check? I don't know though. The thing about legendary resistance is it automatically passes that. I like the limitation of it. If it would be affected by a spell, it may ignore that. Because what I'm thinking is, it can use it a maximum of 3 times. It can ignore spells targeting it. Only it. That means if you go, right, spells targeting it has that resistance, we can just target each other. Like, I'm going to imbue you instead. Instead of targeting it, I'm going to imbue your your thing. But obviously you've got if it would be affected by a spell, so that still counts. But for example, you could say, all right, I'm going to give you more actions or whatever have you, right? Other options there. I like the idea of it being able to just ignore something. I think 3 times is perfect number. You know, average combat, yeah, that's really good. Obviously it only gets 3 per day anyway, so that makes perfect sense to me. What I think would be good for this is each use of this reduces its defense slots by, what's this AC? 19. I don't know, what else can we get rid of? Oh god, that's gross. Let me just turn it off. We can't really get rid of its HP. I don't want to do that. I feel like that's not really fair. Speed we've already done for the other thing. I don't think this thing really cares if you lose speed. But it uses it up to 3 times. So are we saying that each time it uses it, it does not regenerate defense at the end of its turn? Yeah, if it would be affected by a spell, it may ignore that it may ignore it up to 3 times per combat. Each use of this prevents the next defense slot regeneration. I like that. That is pretty good. Yeah, but the question would be how many defense slots it gets, right? I think that's going to be the thing here. Yeah, let's say 2 then. All right. I like that. Magic resistance. We'll tie that into Fire Aura. I think it can all be one thing. Magic resistance, we could say it has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Fire Aura. The end of each, yeah, we'll just, instead of Fire Aura, we'll call it Demonic Aura. It's already immune to Charm though, and there's not many spells that have the enemy needs to make a roll or anything, so I actually don't think we need it. We've got Legendary Resistance that does that already. It straight up ignores spells. So I actually think Magic Resistance isn't needed as a thing. We'll just call this Fire Aura. Alright, attacks. I mean, this is easy. Yeah. To be fair, defense is still reducing everything by half, which is quite significant. So yeah, I like that. All right, Lightning Blade. Yeah, we don't need anything else. So what does it say? Multi-attacking. Make 1 Flame Whip attack, 1 Lightning Blade attack. I think Lightning Blade being more damage. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Yeah, Lightning Blade being 1 action, but Flame Whip is 2 because it has the whip and the pull. That makes more sense to me. 2 actions, 1 action. Okay. Flame Whip. Flame Whip. It is a melee, 30 feet. Tag a target within 6 squares. Oh, sorry. Getting a text message. Ryoko's guide to the yokai realms is... Okay, interesting. Cool. And we can say, what does it deal? 18 force damage plus 17 fire damage. Oof, God. I just call it fire, right? Flame Whip deals that. Honestly, think it just deals 1 heavy wound. Because I like the fact it's got a rider in the form of the, yeah. Okay. Lightning Blade, it just can't take reactions. So let's say, what is it? Reach is 10 feet, so within 2 squares. Within 2 squares, and it takes 22. Yep. D1 heavy wounds. Targets make a D3 body. On failure, they cannot take reactions until the end of their turn. Yeah, I like that. Got bonus action teleport. We don't have bonus actions, so what we're going to do is just make this a... Because if you think about it, it gets to do this every turn for free. So I'll make it quick action, right? It's going to get it anyway for free in D&D because of the number of actions they get. They get 1 attack and 1 teleport. Technically, that is what it gets. If we make its attack pull 3, it can do at most 2 attacks. Because, and you've got to think, it's got multi-attack, so it can attack once with Flame Whip, once with Lightning, and Teleport. It can do all 3 of those. So we need to find a way to make sure it can do all of those without just making Teleport an action thing. I think quick action makes sense because then every time it uses it, it's going to cost it more actions. So, yeah. So we'll say the Baylor teleports itself or a willing demon within 2 squares. Itself up to 12 squares to an unoccupied space. The Baylor can see. Yeah, I like that. Which brings us to specials. I don't think it will have specials, if I'm to be completely honest, which I kind of like. Do you think, okay, what do you guys think? Because based on its character sheet, it doesn't actually have any specials. These are like one-time use things, you know? It doesn't really have any. I think it should because of the type of creature it is, and I like the idea of it having these really cool things. But what do you guys think? Because we can look at Flea Mortals and see what their demons have, and then maybe take something from there as a inspiration. Interesting. Okay. It's not really much here. That's fair play. Okay. I don't know. I'm not too sure. A part of me is like, yeah, it should have a special, but I also don't think it needs one. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. Infernal or infernal flesh. Choose a target, but within, I don't, it's too big. I'm trying to think. 10 squares that you can see. You can see. I'm going to say D4 soul. D4 soul. I don't think that they should be making checks. I think it just happens because it's a special. It's one-time use only. You can see that creature can I like that. It's a curse. Infernal flesh. Choose a target within 10 squares you can see. The enhanced version I picked up for a game a while ago gave them power word pain and slow spells. Power word pain is pretty cool. Let's see that. Yeah. I like power word pain. Oh, I'm not buying. The thing is, I already own this, so let me sign in. Give me a second. Okay, 1 second. Okay. All right, that should be fine. Power word pain. There we go. Okay, power word pain. I do own it, thank God. So it says you speak a word of power that causes waves of intense pain. If the target has 100 points or fewer, it is encrypted in pain, otherwise the spell has no effect. The spell is also unaffected if it is immune to being charmed. While the target is affected by critical pain, any speed can be no higher than 10. The target also has disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, blah blah blah. Okay. Finally, if the target tries to cast a spell, ooh. Okay, I like that. I like that. Choose a target within 10 squares that you can see. It just happens, doesn't it? There's no... Yeah, it just happens. It doesn't... all right, con save. Here we go. Oh, no. Must succeed. Okay. A target suffering this pain can make a con save at the end of its turn. All right, so we'll add that in. Okay. Choose a target within... Sorry, I didn't check the range. 60 feet. So that is 60 to like 12 squares. You can see that creature... If that creature has taken heavy wounds, they are in okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. You know what, I might as well just take a screenshot of this. I'm still like looking at it. But I'll do this. We'll just paste it into there. Right, power with pain. If that creature has taken heavy wounds, they are in unimaginable pain. So, Turn. And must make a D3 D3 before because it's fast. Must. Yeah, I like that. That is very cool. Okay, actually, I think 3 is fine. Actually, no, let's make it 4. I think 4 is better. Oh, whoops. Redo. Yeah. Do that. So what have we got? 2 actions, 1 action. It can do 2 of those things. It can also move, so we need to be able to do 4 actions there. I think 8 defense slots makes sense to me. Wounds. Right, so it's got 287. Jesus, that is a lot of wounds. That's an adult dragon. I think we just double it up. Say 250. It's got a speed. Yeah. Fire aura. You can also fly up to 814 squares. Huge. Nice. All right, there we go. That is the Baylor converted to D&D. And to be fair, we also added in an extra thing here. If we got rid of Power Word Pain, it's less than, I think it's about half actually in terms of size. Half its length, yeah. If we got rid of Power Word Pain, it's about half its length. Okay, what do we think? Are we happy with that? I'm very happy with that, actually, on a personal level. That was really good. So what have we converted over? We've done the animated flying sword. So let's just do this thing with the colors quickly as well. Get it out of the way. Speed. Wounds. Defense slots. Action cap. And then let's just quickly nice. Change these colors quickly. Oh, whoops, why is that green? Why are you green? There we go. Speed. And finally, this one. Cool. All right, done that. And then we also did Dark Gold Dragon. Okay, there we go. That is D&D conversions done into Drakonym. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this again. I might do it again in the future. We'll see. But I very much enjoyed that. I think there's some... Yeah, there's some... Copy that over. There we go. That makes more sense now. There we go. That makes more sense. All right, what do we think? I'm very happy with that. I think we've done a real good job of converting these over. I think they're easy to understand, easy to read. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I do apologize. I know it wasn't like normally what we do and all of that, but I really do hope you had fun, because I did. I genuinely did. It was a lot of fun to do. Actually, we'll just do... Call it SRD. To Drakonym. Paragraph. All right. Page 313. On in. There we are. Done. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. So there we go. I think what we'll do, I've got a stream tomorrow. We will be streaming Legends of Akaroth tomorrow. Let me switch over to this. Okay. We'll be streaming Legends of Akaroth tomorrow. I'll be on at, I believe, what time have I got set for that? 3 p.m. Yeah, classic. Yeah. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. That will be a lot of fun. We're going to do another session with Calvin, which is going to be great. Really looking forward to that. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this. This was, as I say, a lot of fun to do. I think it's something different to what I normally do. And I think if you guys want to see more of this, I'm absolutely happy to do it. It's just more a case of like, if you want to see it, let me know, because then I can add it to my list of things. But overall now, I think we did a great job. I think we've got some really nice conversions here that are going to do really well. So here we are. If you're in the Discord, then here you go. Okay, here you go. Here are the conversion examples in the Discord. So if you're in the Discord, go over, grab them today. They are available there. You can download them, do whatever, and literally test them out if you want. Obviously, we've not tested any of these out. It's just a way for us to convert them over. I think we've done a fantastic job of this. So, these are the SRD on today's live stream. Okay, so I will leave it there. We'll catch up tomorrow with another stream. I will be also doing more streams for the other titles as well. I aim to do an Ashes one and a Comes of Midnight one very soon, so do look forward to that. But overall, I am very, very happy with how this has gone. I think we've got an amazing stat block system now, which I'm very impressed with overall. I think there is a lot that I can now do with this. If I'm to be completely honest, it doesn't change much compared to what we already had. So if I grab a legendary monster and then compare it to what we already have, like if you actually look, it doesn't get that much smaller. But what it does do is the monsters are more thematic. That's what I think is really interesting here. And I think that is very impressive to me personally. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. I think I want to do more of this. So if you're keen to see creatures like Mind Flayers, I believe, are in the SRD, we can do that. I'll have to double check because I'm not 100% sure. Let me just check. I don't think they are. They are not. Mind Flayers are not inside the SRD, but we can create legally distinct Mind Flayers. Flayers of the mind, you know. But we'll catch up tomorrow. If you try these out, let me know what you think. If you even read them and you want to understand how they work, please let me know what you think, because I want to start making a move on the Herald's Guide in a significant way. This is the last thing I need to realize before I can start doing that. So let me know how you feel, what you think. I have a lot to convert from Drakonym into this as well. So that's going to take me a minute, but I think we've got some good stuff here. But I've also got to remember, actually, to be fair, this is a legendary monster. You know, normal monsters look like this. So actually, if we compare that to the current bandit we had, where's my bandits? There they are. Bandit Attacker. So if we compare that to the Bandit Attacker, this is way better. And the funniest part of it all is, if I really wanted, I could make it smaller. Like, I could go for 8, which is the minimum that you can read as a person. And we can make it even smaller, but I think 9 is good. I think it's a good number to be at. So I'm very happy. Okay, I'll leave it there because otherwise I'll keep yapping. But thank you so much for everyone who joined. Thank you so much to everyone who sat around while I just yapped. But also while I just sat there hyper-focusing. As I say, I hope you had a good time. I did. Definitely did. I don't want to do this again. But we'll catch up in the Discord, wherever. And we'll see each other tomorrow anyway. So thank you so much to everyone who also subbed. I don't ever really believe that I'm going to do streaming as a big thing. I think it's just going to be a side thing for me. But the fact that you guys are willing to spend your Prime subs or even pay to subscribe, and I saw that Asm donated a sub, gifted a sub to people, like, that is really kind. You don't have to do that. You know, there are other streamers, way better streamers, that you can go and spend your money on. I am just doing this for the fun of the game, and I am really enjoying it. So I will definitely be streaming more. I have 3 streams. I streamed yesterday, streamed twice today, and I'll stream tomorrow. I'll have done 3 concurrent days, and it's been a lot of fun. So I got a lot done as well. I think that's the other thing. I got a lot finished, which I don't normally get done. If I'm to be honest, I'll probably be sitting here. If I was doing this on my own, I would sit here for a good couple of hours trying to figure out what I want it to look like. But we did it, and I'm very, very happy. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate the time. I'm really, really happy. I hope you guys are as well. If you have any questions or concerns about any of these, just let me know. And I am really excited to see what we do next. So yeah, maybe you'll see me convert more creatures over, or maybe we'll just convert the old Drakonym monsters into this, so we've got a cleaner design. I will say it's going to take me a while, like a good while, to convert the current Drakonym monsters into this new format. So please do not expect a update like today or tomorrow. It's going to take me a very long time. I wouldn't expect anything until the new year, because I'm going to work on this slowly so I don't burn myself out. But thank you all. Really appreciate your time. Have a fantastic, well, for us, it's nighttime. But for those of you in America, have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope your weeks go well. And I am looking forward to the next Drakonym stream, but also looking forward to Legends of Akros tomorrow, where we'll go over some very cool things for those of you excited to back the project. So thank you so much. Have a great night. Well, good evening, good morning, good evening, and good night. And I will leave it there.